Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. Today I want to just rant a little bit. So I was going to do a video on the collapsing of, what's going on, how we are collapsing as a country, but I decided not to because I figured it out. Well, I really didn't figure it out, and I just want to rant a little bit because it's beginning to get disgusting. I almost said shit. The things that they are doing to the people. See me, I see it because see, I'm on the bottom end, like I say, of what's going on. See, because I'm not the super rich or the rich elite that got places out in New Zealand or Greenland or none of that stuff. I'm just one of the normal people that live in America, that lives in a major city, that lives in a nice neighborhood, that's on a retirement income. But these guys in Washington, they helping us. They think they doing things for us when they doing things to us. See, I'm not against our government. I love our government. I think it's a good thing that they got going on in there. But the problem is they got it going on like they a mob. Like they in it for themselves. They making so much money, man. Oh man, I just watched this last thing when they tried to pass this last bill and watch this guy. What's his name? Mnuchin or whatever his name is. Joe Mnuchin make over $3 million by holding up that bill. Ain't that crazy? He was making so many dollars. And then they gave him a book deal. They gave him a book deal. I'm like, okay, that's how you get rich. That's why these politicians are so rich. And then I see the one guy that's, what is he, fourth in line. I guess he's a Speaker of the House Pro Temp or whatever. I see that he decided to call it quits. He's a young man, 81. So I'm just saying, some of these deep state politicians are getting tired. They finna get the hell out while they can because things are finna happen. We gonna collapse, and they gonna be sitting over in Greenland saying, "Wow, how did that happen?" And we know how that's gonna happen. See, the price of rice and beans is just ridiculous. I went to see the price of rice the other day. It just blew my mind. Peanut butter and jelly is up. Everything is up. Everything is up. Inflation is up, and then everybody can't understand why. But I know why. Because our government let it get that way. Then they complaining about the gas prices, how the gasoline is costing so much, and we got all these gas reserves that they won't release because they playing politics. But yet they gonna build these new pipelines and for this and that and take away some farmland. I say, okay, y'all do what y'all want to do. Because I have no control over it. Even if I vote for something, y'all gonna ace my vote out and just do what y'all want to do, so I'm just going to say, go ahead, do yourself because I'm going to do me. It is what it is. I'm going to do me. I'm going to keep my supply of food, heat, and water ready because I can see what's going on. As soon as this weather get deeper and deeper and deeper into the winter, we going to be praying that we had somebody to help us. But ain't nobody going to help us, so you got to help yourself. Like I said, that's why we prep. Like the weather's been bad. We got our first snow here the other day, and then right after the snow, it rained for 14 straight hours. What can I say? So I'm going to also say this. They finally picked a battleground where they want to fight the U.S. and China. They're not going to fight each other in their backyards. China ain't going to fight here. U.S. ain't going to fight there. They going to Africa. They finally picked a battleground over in Africa. They're going to start the fight. I think in Ethiopia, that's what they're going to pick. See, they never fight in their backyard. Just like Vietnam, and Iraq, and all these other places. They will fight everywhere else but in their own backyard. So that's what's going to happen. So you guys that say we're going to have a war, it's coming. They already picked their spot. They all add up each other's battleships, who got the most ships and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, it's coming. They've been prospering so long. It's just like a prize fighters. They sit there, they talk all that stuff, and now it's time to put up. And the people are being distracted by all this stuff, and they don't know what's going on. And then why they neglected what's going on at the home front, because they fooling around over there, we gonna suffer here. And then, the budget is up in December. Where they got to go through all this big old circle like a Monopoly game about signing a new budget. Now, one side ain't going to want to agree to it. The other side ain't going to want to sign it. The other side ain't gonna sign it because the other side agreed to it, and that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen, and that's why we can't get nothing done. See, no, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say shit. That's why we can't get shit done, cause it's a rant, and the rant I can cuss a little bit, and that's what I'm saying. Oh man, I wish we go back to times so when we had both sides could agree on things that was good for the people, but yet we can't get both sides to agree for nothing on the people because they treat each side like they both are the enemy instead of opponents. They do. They do. I would just say, look, I will put y'all in the Roman gladiator arena and y'all fight it out. Y'all go ahead and fight it out. And then we can replace all you 40, 50-year politicians. See, now they distracted us. Now they sit up there and they play the good cop and the bad cop. Okay, the good cop and the bad cop. Now they put up and say, okay, what's his name? Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, y'all the bad cop. Y'all sit up there, y'all talk this. Then they say, okay, Bernie Sanders, you the good cop. And then y'all say this, we're going to promise to give you this and that. We're going to promise to get you this and that. And then another one say, well, we don't know. We got to watch the budget, this and that and other. We can't give you all of this and that. But Bernie, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. I'm going to promise you to get this. And then we got a no-go Joe. Biden, some people, I don't know why they call him potato. I don't understand. But I'm just saying no-go Joe because he's one of the deep state. People don't believe me, but I tell them the only reason he won because Trump disappointed the other side. He disappointed the people in the deep state, the shadow government, because he wouldn't listen to them. He thought he was bigger than they were, and he got booted out. And he would never. I'm gonna tell you now, he would never be elected president again because the shadow government won't let him. You can do anything you want with all these ballots and all this stuff and all this other stuff. We're gonna have a brand new president on the next election. Neither one of these guys gonna be in office. So that's my prediction. I'm reading the future. Okay, Biden is not healthy enough to run again. And I don't think he really wanted to run because he got in the election late, but they knew they needed somebody to win and do their bidding because he's part of that deep government, the ones that really running things from behind the scene, those 50-year, 40-year politicians I be talking about. But anyway, I'm ranting. I'm getting too far. I'm talking about politics when I should be talking about how come we can't get the stuff off the docks. How come the supply chain is so messed up that we can't get stuff done? And then they cry about unemployment, but people are quitting their jobs at a record pace, but they get new jobs at better pay. I mean, they quit this job at working at a restaurant to get this job working at a factory in Amazon. They got better benefits. They quitting a 15-hour job or whatever and taking a $17 an hour job with benefits. So, I mean, it ain't people out there that ain't working. People are working. But the numbers, you can do anything you want with the numbers, I always found that out when I was doing baseball statistics and stuff. You can do anything you want with the numbers. You can make them say anything you want, and they usually do. But the truth of the matter is, people are working, but they still charging people so much for meat and bread and rice and beans and jelly and stuff like that. Even hot dogs. Hot dogs, they go through the roof. The best thing you can buy right now is some romaine noodles. Keep those in your prep. Something to fill your belly. They might be a lot of nutrition in them, but you won't be hungry. Well, I'm just saying, it's just crazy out here. And like I said, I'm ranting. And I don't mean to rant, but, our lives might depend on this. Our lives might depend on a bowl of romaine noodles and ketchup. I mean, it's not funny because if things go bad and the collapse happen and the banking stop and you can't cash your check because the bank system done faltered, then you gonna be saying, I ain't got nothing in my house to eat. And we don't know. They can push that button at any time. I'm going to tell you a little story, Skidley. I'm going to tell you a little story. I was working and somehow or another our checks wouldn't get cashed at none of the banks. We still had paper checks there. None of our checks showed up. It was a glitch in the system or something. And I'm gonna tell you, you should seen 100 people where I work at the post office panicking because they couldn't get no money. So we all had to cash our money out the cash. And we got like, I think they gave us like $200 a piece out of the registers up front. All 100 people. So I'm just saying that's how it was that one day until they was able to fix the problem. I'm just saying I seen what happened, a panic when people can't get no money. You got your bills to pay. They ain't gonna understand when you tell them your check didn't work. So I'm just gonna say it like this. You got to watch out for these cyber hackers. You see what they just hacked? They just hacked the FBI. So even when the government can't keep them out, you know what they can do to this banking system. And then, like I say, this banking system collapses any day. You don't know it. You wake up one morning and everything gone. They don't have to knock out the grid. Just mess with your money. And people know what I'm talking about. You don't mess with people's money. People will do things to you for money. With the OJs, Cleveland's own OJs, they had a song out, Money, Money, Money. Yeah. People would do anything for money, so don't fool with their money. And let's see what else I was ranting about. This confusion out here. You know, I ain't gonna even mention that. I ain't gonna even mention the other stuff about the confusion, but you know what I'm talking about. If you need to get a third or fourth or whatever this booster thing is. But I'm just gonna say, look, I am so confused about all that stuff. I've been confused from day one, and I'm still confused. You know, mask or no mask. I just don't understand it. And that's what they want us to be. They want us to be confused. They want us to be disoriented. They want us to be mind controlled by the powers that be. And they're going to walk right in and they're going to take right over. And we are not going to understand why or how this happened. And it's just coming. And like I say, so people, you might think I'm crazy. But when it do happen, and you're going to look back and you're going to say, damn, I heard this somewhere before, but you ain't going to remember I said it because they filling your man with all this other junk. There ain't nothing you can do. You just going to have to go with the system. You just going to have to obey. 1984 George Orwell. You know, Fahrenheit 451. You just going to, a new world order. You just going to have to fall in line with the rest of them. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, and they're using AI because they figure they don't have to use people. They don't have to use the MIBs anymore, the men in black. They can just do it with the computers. They're using AI and they're building these drone armies and stuff like that. And they're going to make you comply. I was going to say comply. So I'm just saying, I'm just ranting. I don't even know if this is going to make it through the AI system because, you know, they hate when I talk about the AI. They hate when I talk about the lizard people. But I do believe an alien organization is behind all of our problems. They've been there since 1947. And since Truman, thank you, Truman. I mean, but a lot of people don't understand and a lot of people don't even care. All they care about is what's going on now. You know, they was kind of watch TV right now. They say we got to cut that guy off. But anyway, I would just have to let it go. Like I said, I'm trying to study this quantum stuff out here, and I'm trying to figure out this Dyson spear, and it's just confusing the heck out of me. But it's something that can be done in theory. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I will see everybody later, and like I say, keep prepping. Prices are going up. Winter's here. It ain't coming. Winter's here. Weather's going to get bad. The shadow government is going to really start putting the screws to us. So keep prepping. Keep prepping. And remember, I'm not a hoarder. I'm a prepper. And preppers are not your enemies. Thank you, YouTube.